Hey guys! The topic of today's video is tire rotation tips. Recently, my house's tires for my cars have started to worn out. So, I asked my dad about some interesting things about tires. Turns out, there are a lot of things that you have to do in order to take care of a tire for your car. First of all, let's talk about the structure of a tire. Now, there are two parts to the structure of a tire. The first is the tire itself and the wheel. Now, many of you might think that the difference is not that big. In fact, tire and wheel might sound like pretty similar. However, this is not the case. The tire is going to be the rubber portion of the overall circular object. This part usually needs replacement because it gets worn out from friction on the road. After all, it's the part that touches the ground anyway. Now the wheel is a little bit different. It's going to be the metal portion of the object. Now this wheel is very sturdy and it's usually made of a strong metal. Normally, you don't need to be replacing this because it does not come in contact with any kind of surface. However, in special cases like in a car accident where your wheel gets damaged because of a collision, you may want to replace the wheel. Now, because I talked about tires getting worn out, this is a good test to see when your tire needs to be replaced. So, your materials are just going to need to be your own tire and a penny. Now, the penny test is where you put the edge of the penny inside of one of the car's grooves. You will refer to this little chart right here saying whether your tires should be replaced or not. Usually, this is when the tire comes up to Lincoln's top of the head. Another confusing part about tires is the state of rotation. So when you think of the word rotation, you would think of a wheel spinning around maybe, when it is attached to the bottom of a car and is on the road. However, contrary to what you might think there, that is actually not a rotation in technical terms. What you might be visualizing here is spinning. Instead, a rotation means a little bit something different. Rotation, in technical terms, is when you switch the position of the four wheels on a car. Now you might be wondering, why in the world do you need to be rotating the wheels on your car? The reason for this is so that your wheels get equal traction. Because most cars are front-wheel drive, which means the axle and the most of the power is going to the front two wheels, the front two wheels are much faster to deteriorate and wear out. This is why, once in a while, you will need to replace the back tires with the front tires. Now, there are different types and ways to do this. Directional tires is what I just said, where you replace the back tires with the front tires. Non-directional tires is a little bit more complicated, where you put the left topmost tire in the place of the rightmost bottom tire, and vice versa. Either way, you're going to be getting equal traction on all of your wheels by doing this. Front-wheel drive cars are most common. Back-wheel drive is, as you might think of it, where the most of the power is coming from the back wheels. This is most common in race cars. Now, there are more types of driving functions other than front wheel and back wheel, such as four-wheel and all-wheel, but I won't be getting too deep into that today. I hope you guys learned something new about how to care for the tires on your car.